Hey guys, so I'm sure you've seen this story floating around on the interwebs. The 23-year-old Doordash driver who was told to just put food on the porch of someone, but then proceeded to record them as they were passed out drunk, partially exposed in the privacy of their own home. And then she wants to claim that she was sexually assaulted. Um, Now, I'm trying to find the direct quote that says that they've talked with the guy, which I'm sure they have. Apparently, he had a ring or whatever it is with the camera. So they have corroborated that the door that she says was wide open was in fact pretty much closed, and that she did in fact open the door. Now, again, it's just what I hear. I can't find anything apart from a few videos saying that with the police saying that they've looked at the footage and said that yeah, the door is pretty much closed. Of course, people were like, "Oh my god, it's a fetish," and then blah blah blah. Apparently, people don't know how drunk individuals are. I mean, for the older people watching me, you you've gotten drunk. I'm sure you've woken up in some compromising positions. This dude is in the privacy of, like, they don't comprehend that when people are drunk, they could be walking around 1 second and then be fucking passed out the next. It's like, well, why would they go through the hassle of ordering food if they're just gonna pass out? Because they don't intend on passing out, you dumb fuck. He probably, for all you know, he might have been jerking it already as he was drinking, ordered food, and then fucking passed out. But no, they want to make this into a fucking, oh, he's just a dirty man. Oh my god, it's a fetish and it was sexual assault. But
An Oswego food delivery driver's story of sexual assault is still spreading on social media, getting the attention of millions across the nation.
But police say it's not true. Instead, arresting the 23-year-old woman for taking video of the naked customer she's accusing.
Police determined her post itself was illegal.
Unlawful surveillance is obviously some sort of video or recording without that individual's consent or knowledge.
23-year-old Livie Henderson is charged with 2 felonies for recording the naked drunk man and posting it for millions to see.
Being in your own residence and having you be recorded like that, especially in the state that he was in, no consent was given. No consent was given to have the images taken or disseminated. And, realistically, at the end of the day, we're talking about somebody's, private areas being put all over the internet.
I'm along Bridge Street in Oswego, the neighborhood where Livie Henderson was delivering food as a Doordash driver. At first, she and the customer were suspended from the service as the company investigated the reported sexual assault. Now, because of her misleading story, police found she's been fired.
Doordash, ironically, using TikTok to share its statement, quote, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. The company is re-emphasizing its drivers should always report unsafe or concerning experiences. In Oswego, Andrew Donovan, News Channel 9.
so there's that. And then there's the meltdown. And it kind of gives you an insight to how this person operates, how they think. And she's basically, it looks like she's a feminist looking for clout. She knows what she did was wrong. She knows damn well that, if you watch the video, I'm not going to post, show the video, because obviously it's kind of, it's like, oh, how dare you expose the guy online like that? But then it'd be stupid for me to show everyone the video. So I'm not going to be like these other fucking content creators who show the video. But basically she's walking up, and the way it is, he's on a couch. It's not like he's on the floor positioning himself. No, he's on a couch that is against the far left side of the room. And as you walk up the steps onto the porch, you could, even if the door was fully open, you would maybe only see like this much. Everything else, you would actually have to walk up directly to the door and peek inside in order for it to be shown. Her instructions were to go to this home and leave the food on the porch. according to the judgment of the Ortrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. No, apparently from what I said, like I said, people are saying that, reporting that the police have talked to the guy and that he did have a ring cam, and that they are showing that the door was pretty much open and she's partially pushing it open, which means kind of breaking and entering essentially in some way, unlawful recording. So, but she wants to come out and try to be the victim here. But here's her meltdown here. I would have watched it on her TikTok, but it was removed, like her entire profile. So
Doordash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my sexual assault. Hey guys, I just lost my job, and they won't tell me why. They're supposed to send an email immediately after deactivation providing you the reason why and a link to appeal, and they didn't. So I contacted support, and they made me sit on the phone with them for 50 minutes just to tell me that they can't tell me the reason why, and I have to just go ahead and appeal without knowing why. So my chances of getting my account back, they have my money in that account. I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my sexual assault while DoorDashing. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills. Hey.
she also goes on to scream that I'm the victim. But then you have leave the food at the door. Simple instructions. You open the door. You violated his privacy. You weren't sexually assaulted. He was. They told you to leave the food at the door. Shout out to the DoorDash owner. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. He was asleep. How the fuck did he sexually assault you? Yes, leave the food at the door. And what did you do? He didn't touch her. She opened the door and filmed him. He was unclothed in his own home and gave instructions to leave the food outside. Why are you victim blaming him? She took a picture of him unclothed without his consent. Yeah. So apparently she's a hard feminist. I mean, you could tell these cold, fucking dead, soulless eyes that there's nothing behind her apart from her fucking personality being, I'm a feminist and this and that, and trying to get clout for it, trying to expose the evil fucking patriarchy. But your instructions were to leave the food at the door. So even if this dude was fucking naked, he's in the privacy of his own home. Did he make advances? No, he was fucking drunk and passed out. Again, the people who are older, who have had those wild party days, you can attest that when you get drunk, or when you consistently drink, you do stupid shit. You'll wake up half fucking naked. You'll wake up slumped over fucking toilets. You'll be hanging partially off your fucking bed. Again, I take care of an elderly woman, and she'll wake up completely naked. Because she just fucking takes everything off at night. But people were like, oh, it's a fetish. It was a fetish. He did it on purpose. No, him doing it on purpose would be like him being closer to the fucking door. But again, there's a couch that is directly on the far left of the house. You can see, when she shows it, it's on the far left of the house, of that room. It's not like, oh, let me just push this up. No, that is where the couch was. Again, he might have been jerking it on the couch and passed out after he ordered food. No one knows. But what we do know is that he wasn't doing it on purpose. Drunk people do stupid shit. How many times have you seen videos of fucking drunk people just fucking pulling down their pants and taking a shit on the fucking ground? Or, drunk people do stupid shit. But the fact is, this guy was in the privacy of his own home. She made it her obligation to take out her phone and record a man in the privacy of his own home when her instructions were simply put the food outside. And of course, you have everyone who was like her. Oh my God, justice for Livie and blah, blah, blah. Do these people have any common sense or critical thinking skills? She wasn't sexually assaulted. If anything, he was sexually assaulted. His video was taken without his consent in the privacy of his own home. She failed to abide by the simple instructions that were given to her when the man ordered food of just leave it at the door. And like I said, from what I've heard and what people have been saying, the man has cooperated with police. He has the ring cam, and it shows her pushing the door open. That the door was cracked open, just, barely to where you wouldn't be able to see anything, but she pushed it open. Of course, I don't think that's going to be released to the public. Hopefully it will at some point, but she's the one who's in the wrong here. I'm all for standing up for people who have actually been sexually assaulted, but it's people like this, these people who are looking for clout, who throw that term of sexual assault around. These are the ones who make it harder to stand up for other people. It's fucking cunts like her. I've said numerous times, we will stand up for women when we need to and when we're able, despite the fact that men are constantly being told, oh, well, you're not a woman, you don't have an opinion. But we will constantly do it because we don't want that kind of shit to happen to women, which is why people fight so hard to get biological men out of women's spaces, because we know the disgusting things that can happen. And then the same people claiming that they stand up for women have no problem letting fucking creeps into biological female areas, opening up the possibility of sexual assault, which they claim believe all women and this and that. But then when it happens, it's like, oh, you're just a transphobe. The left makes no fucking sense. But we will fight for women who are actually being sexually assaulted. Stupid cunts like this, it's like the race hoaxes. There's so many people in the country who are actually being victims of hate crimes, but then you have these stories about, oh, college campus and this and that, a rope hanging, but then it's shown that a fucking black person was the one hanging that fucking rope up, and it takes away from the actual victims. She doesn't fucking care. She's a fucking feminist. Anything to further her agenda of fucking hating men, even if it means recording a man in the privacy of his own home in a drunken stupor, as long as it can further her agenda, because she knows there are fucking retards who are like, oh my God, that man is fucking disgusting. He knew what he was doing. All the while not knowing how drunk people are. So this woman, I think it says she has up to like 4 to 8 years in prison if convicted, which there should be enough evidence to convict her based on the state. It's just pathetic that people are siding with her and not the person who was passed out drunk on the fucking couch. You don't know what he was doing beforehand. Yeah, were his pants down? Of course. But again, he could have been jerking, and and then he's like, oh man, I'm fucking hungry. Orders some food on Doordash and then passes the fuck out. Because again, when you're drunk, you're not like, oh, I'm just gonna go Betty bye now. No, you just fucking pass out. So, let's a segue into a more favorable, fun topic. For the older people, I'm sure you have plenty of stories. Let's hear your wildest drunk stories. You get smashed, and is it, you wake up, was it like a stereotypical moment where there's a big old fucking cock drawn on the side of your face, or, tell me your battle stories, your war stories. If you're younger, below the age of 40 and you live that kind of life, same thing. Tell me your story. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you when you were drunk? Let's get some stories going to show that a dude falling asleep or passing out on his own couch in his own home, half naked, is not as uncommon as these fucking morons here would like to think. So, the fact is, she was in the wrong 100%. She didn't have to pull out her phone and record. All she had to do was leave the bag on the ground, and that would have been it. But she went up and over and pulled out her phone and recorded a man sleeping in the privacy of his own home and posted it online for everyone to see. And again, as you saw, I'm not posting that video because unlike the other content creators, like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Why would anyone? But then they show the video. I'm not showing it. But yeah, let's hear some war stories of your drunk days, if they're far behind you, or if you're a current partier, current stories. Anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.